One of the first things that will strike the audience while watching our production is that instead of having a full orchestra in the pit, we have a small ensemble on the stage. Dave, you were part of the ensemble. How was the experience of performing on stage for you?
It was amazing. It was one of the best things I've ever been able to do in that respect, because normally when I was, you normally be behind the scenes rehearsing for everything, and then you sort of tend to either step away from the opera completely and hand over to the orchestra, or you join as part of the orchestra in the pit or play continuo, and so you never kind of get to be a part of the live action on stage. And so the intimacy created on stage, not only between fellow musicians, but also having the action going on around us, kind of above us, and all that was amazing. And just that feeling of having like the hot kind of spotlights really, on you was incredible. And also because the staging was such that it was very bare and stripped away, so it wasn't kind of ridiculously contained. There was a lot of kind of vast space. So you really felt like you were playing to a kind of, huge room every time. Yeah.
So you were playing the piano, and then there were 7 string instrumentalists, and then the chorus acting as storytellers. So Sian, could you tell us a little bit more about how performing in Polly Graham's production varied from the experience of being in a more traditional opera and the role of the chorus in those?
It was such an experience, such a wonderful experience. Different, interesting because it was different. And I think, Dave's already mentioned the space on the stage and the space all around us, and that in some way gave way to the expression of the music and for the emotions of the character to really come through in the characters. And the chorus as well, the chorus came in and out of the narration and the commentary, and they were a character involved, if you like. So it was the play and the opera, the playing of the opera, it was just so full of momentum and movement and realism. It was a very special experience. The vastness of it, the minimalist aspect of the music as well. There was just a great marriage of the two, and it meant that the audience could come into the production with us, if you like, and feel a part of it. And I think that's what Frank Van was intending for the opera, in a way, for the audience to feel like they really, not only that they were kind of observing, but that they were experiencing the same emotions. And that is slightly different to maybe what Wagner did in the massive opera that he created. And there was Polly Graham's production really celebrated that vastness and the minimalist, and it was just very special because of that.
I think what was really nice for me was that I wasn't really that familiar with lots of Frank Martin's music before getting the opportunity to work on Le Vin Herbé. And I think I started, once upon a time looking at a piano concerto that he wrote, and I also had heard of his Petite Symphony, which he also did. But other than that, I didn't know any of his music, and so it was a real pleasure to kind of get to know it. And because we also, at the time, the 3 music staff that were working on that project, we had the chorus in 3 separate groups, so we sort of looked after each of our own kind of groups before then bringing it all together. And that was a really kind of lovely moment, because it gave the chorus as a full ensemble the opportunity to show what they could do, not only as the full ensemble, but also within small groups as well, of voices sort of 2 or 3 to a part. And that was really amazing. And I liked the way that he used kind of the choral textures, and also and often then stripping back some of those really kind of intimate moments where you have just kind of a couple of voices, or one or 2 instruments, or just a string ensemble, or just a piano, It was really a really amazing musical adventure to be a part of.
Diolch I Sian a Dave. Thank you to Sian and Dave. Le Vin Herbé is available on our website.